You ever notice how the loudest person in the room is usually the one with the least reason to shout? That's exactly how it started on Willow Lane, right there in Columbus, Ohio, on a muggy Tuesday morning that should have been like any other. Except you could practically hear the sound of Patricia Kincaid's heels before you even saw her. She wasn't just a presence, she was a declaration, marching up and down the block with all the subtlety of a marching band at dawn, sunglasses on, lips tight, arms crossed so hard you'd think she was holding the whole neighborhood together with nothing but sheer will. That was the day the moving truck rolled up to the old brick colonial at the corner, and Patricia hated nothing more than surprises on her street. She watched, jaw set, as a tall woman climbed down, balancing a box against her hip, all business and no drama, completely ignoring the swirling storm on the sidewalk. Selena Ward, though Patricia didn't know her name yet, just the look, and that was enough for Patricia to slap a label on her, renter, and not in a good way. You could almost see Patricia's blood pressure spike as she muttered, already offended at the disruption of her meticulously curated calm. Selena didn't even see her at first, just going about her move-in, totally unaware she was already the subject of a one-woman surveillance operation. But Patricia couldn't stand being ignored, not on her own turf. "Excuse me," she called out, sharp enough to slice air. Selena turned, offered the kind of polite smile you save for strangers in grocery store lines. Patricia didn't even try to match it. "You aware of the HOA guidelines here?" Patricia snapped, all icy authority and no warmth. Selena blinked, half confused. "Guidelines? Rules? About occupancy? Property standards?" Patricia shot back, sounding like she was reciting the Constitution. "I just moved in," Selena offered, still calm. Patricia's eyes narrowed to slits. "Moved in, as in you're renting?" You could hear the accusation dripping off every syllable. Selena just held her ground, voice careful. "I live here now, yes." Didn't matter. Patricia was already 2 steps ahead in her own mental courtroom, convinced she had the verdict. "Renters aren't permitted on Willow Lane," Patricia declared, taking a step closer, her heels like gavel strikes. "It's in the bylaws. This is a community of homeowners." Selena's patience thinned, but she didn't rise to it. "I don't see how that's your concern. I'm unpacking. If you'll excuse me." And right there, Patricia's eyes flashed. That wasn't how the script was supposed to go. "It is my concern. I'm the president of the HOA." Patricia almost seemed to grow taller when she said it, as if the title itself was armor. Selena just nodded, grabbed another box. "That's good to hear." Cool as a cucumber, not giving Patricia the reaction she craved. From behind curtains, neighbors watched the whole thing, pretending not to. This was better than Netflix. Patricia pressed harder. "You can't just move in without documentation. I'll need to see a copy of the lease." She had the air of someone who'd never been told no in her life. Selena's patience started to fray. "Lease?" she echoed, voice going a little sharper. "Yes. Don't act like you don't know. The owners don't just sell to anyone, and they don't allow temporary rentals." You'd think Patricia was defending the White House. Selena just looked at her for a long moment, like she was deciding whether to laugh or start a fight. "I think you'll find I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be." She turned away, but Patricia wasn't finished. "We'll see about that," Patricia muttered, loud enough for Selena to hear. Boxes stacked up, blinds flickered, and just like that, the stage was set. By the next morning, the air on Willow Lane was heavy. Selena stepped outside with her coffee to find a piece of paper taped to her freshly painted front door, a notice of HOA violation in Patricia's surgical handwriting, demanding everything from proof of residency to removal of moving boxes, all within 72 hours. Selena just stared at it, half laughing, half insulted. She'd wired the funds for the house herself, deed in hand. But here she was, treated like an intruder on her own porch. Patricia appeared, arms crossed, lips pressed tight, waiting for the moment Selena would crack. "Good morning," Patricia called, the words empty of anything good. "Morning," Selena replied, not blinking. "I see you've received the notice." "I read it," Selena said, holding the paper up, deadpan. Patricia didn't budge. "It applies to everyone. If you're renting, that's a violation. If you're storing boxes on the porch, that's a violation." Selena lowered her mug. "Let's clear something up. I'm not renting, and those boxes? I'm moving in. It's called life." A man watering his lawn across the street slowed down, soaking in every word. Patricia's voice rose, aiming for an audience. Then provide documentation. If you're the owner, that shouldn't be difficult. Otherwise, you'll be fined. Selena straightened, her patience gone. Fined for living in my own house. Correct, Patricia snapped, jaw set. Selena laughed, a sound so calm it rattled Patricia more than shouting ever could. You know, I closed on this house less than a week ago. Cash, deed, title. And here you are, slapping fines on me like I snuck in after midnight. That laugh sent Patricia reeling. Until I see proof. This property is under review, she barked. Selena's voice was measured, deliberate. And I know my job right now is getting my stuff inside, not defending myself to someone who doesn't even know my name. The man across the street retreated, but the silence he left behind said it all. People were noticing. Selena finished her coffee, eyes never leaving Patricia. You want proof? I'll show you proof. And when I do, I expect an apology. Patricia scoffed. Don't hold your breath. Oh, I won't. Unlike you, I don't go around making assumptions about strangers. Selena stepped inside, letting the door swing shut behind her, leaving Patricia stewing on the sidewalk. But Patricia, never one to back down, taped another violation to the door that afternoon. Selena just rolled her eyes. She knew the deed in her hand was worth more than any notice Patricia could write. By the third day, it was like Patricia had printed a whole stack of violations. Trash cans, boxes, failure to register with the HOA. Each more ridiculous than the last. It was almost comical if it didn't sting so much. You can keep pulling them down, but they'll keep coming back until you comply. Patricia yelled from across the street. Selena, fed up, marched to the curb, holding up the stack for everyone to see. You want to talk about this? Then let's talk. Neighbors gathered, some out of boredom, some because drama on Willow Lane was the only action for miles. Patricia charged over, clipboard in hand. You're refusing to cooperate. I'm refusing to be harassed, Selena fired back. This isn't harassment. This is enforcement. Selena let out a sharp laugh. For boxes? For trash cans? Come on. This isn't about rules. This is about you not wanting me here. Patricia leaned in. Everything about you screams tenant, and tenants lower property values. A ripple ran through the crowd. Selena folded the notices, calm and controlled. You're overstepping. I don't owe you anything. If you have questions, check the county records. I don't need county records. I need proof from you. Then you'll be waiting a long time, because I don't answer to you. Patricia's voice was sharp as a blade. This is my neighborhood. People respect me because I keep things right. If you think you can just waltz in and ignore the system, you're mistaken. Selena locked eyes with her. Respect isn't something you demand, it's something you earn. The crowd murmured. Patricia's grip was slipping. Selena stepped closer, voice steady. I bought this house for peace. I wanted to build a future, not waste time defending myself from someone with no authority. Patricia flinched. You'll regret talking to me like that. No, Patricia. The only regret here is that you've mistaken intimidation for leadership. For a moment, nobody moved. Patricia turned on her heel, storming back across the street, her audience shrinking, her power leaking away. But Patricia wasn't done. She called for a compliance check, storming up Selena's driveway with a phone and a clipboard, snapping pictures, documenting imaginary offenses. Selena just looked at her and said, You're trespassing. I'm documenting violations. Selena pulled out the folded deed she'd carried for days. You want proof? Here it is. She unfolded the paper. Official, county seal, her name in bold. The crowd gasped. Even the mail carrier stopped to stare. This house belongs to me. I purchased it. No lease. No landlord. I'm the homeowner. Patricia, rattled but trying to save face, muttered. Anyone could print something like that. Selena just raised an eyebrow. County records. Go check. And right there, with neighbors as witnesses, Patricia's power cracked. But she wasn't about to let it go. Not Patricia Kincaid. She stormed home, stewed for days, digging through property surveys until she found a technicality. The new survey line put 6 feet of her beloved backyard onto Selena's deed. Patricia saw it as her last weapon. She charged across the street with a fistful of maps. Care to explain this? She demanded. Selena, calm as ever, said, Yeah, I know about the survey. My realtor told me. That strip of land, it's mine. Patricia blanched, then rallied, her voice shrill. That's absurd. I've maintained this yard for years. Selena didn't gloat. I didn't claim it. The county did. If you have a problem, take it up with them. Not me. Neighbors watched, knowing this wasn't about property lines. This was a reckoning. Howard Briggs, Patricia's old ally, spoke up. She's right, Patricia. That's the law. Patricia spun, desperate. You're siding with her? Howard shrugged. I'm siding with facts. Selena looked at the crowd. I don't want your yard, Patricia. I don't want to fight. But I won't be bullied out of what's legally mine. Not today, not ever. Patricia, breathless, realized she was losing. She retreated, but her grip on the block was broken. Her last move was a desperate one. An emergency HOA meeting, mandatory attendance, packed community center, the air thick with coffee and tension. Patricia stood at the front, all fire and fury, railing about standards, respect, order. She accused Selena of undermining everything. Selena stood and spoke, calm but commanding. I'm not a tenant. I bought this house. The survey was the county's doing, not mine. I just want to be treated like I belong. Howard Briggs rose. With respect, Patricia, this feels personal. That's not leadership. Denise Howell, the young mother, raised her hand. Maybe it's time for new leadership. Someone who listens. Patricia blushed red, trembling. You want to vote? Fine. But don't come crying to me when this place falls apart. They voted. Ballots counted. Confidence in Patricia, 9. No confidence, 27. Patricia's reign ended that night. She left, defeated, her husband at her side, neighbors patting Selena on the shoulder, offering apologies and small gestures of welcome. The air on Willow Lane lightened. Kids played, couples strolled, and for the first time, Selena felt at home. Patricia, meanwhile, hid behind her blinds, stripped of her title, her power evaporated. For a while, it seemed like that would be the end, but real stories don't tie up so neat. 2 weeks after the vote, Patricia finally crossed the street. No blazer, no clipboard, hands shaking as she apologized, voice small, eyes on the ground. I overstepped, she whispered. I thought being president meant control. I'm sorry for how I treated you. Selena just said, apology accepted. But it's the neighborhood you need to fix things with. Patricia nodded, humbled at last. And for the first time, the neighbors saw not the tyrant, but a woman coming to terms with her own pride. That night, Selena sat on her porch, the glow of fireflies swirling, laughter floating down the street. She realized peace isn't given, it's earned. And true power isn't control, it's respect. So here's my question for you. In your neighborhood, your workplace, your life, are you building fences or bridges? What does justice look like when pride and power collide? Drop your thoughts below, because sometimes the line between right and wrong is just a survey away, and the lesson's only as strong as the community willing to learn it.